Up everybody, we are back. This week we're here to talk about the Houston Open. I believe it's called the Cadence Bank Houston Open. I hope everyone had a good week at Mayakoba. You know, I ended up talking about Russell Henley a lot in this model video last week, and I just said, hey, he doesn't have a ton of experience on Paspalum, and the experience he did have wasn't great. So I didn't play a ton of Henley. I didn't bet Henley, which looking back, I obviously should have. The model liked him quite a bit. I ended up betting guys like Harris English, Aaron Rai, who the model didn't like, so maybe I should just listen to the model. But here in this video, we're just going to try to preview this week's event. It's kind of a first look for me as well, so I'm going to go through pretty much everything that I've been doing Monday morning in terms of the model, and then we will go from there. So it is the Memorial Park golf course. It's a par 70, measures just over 7,400 yards. It has played as the top 10 in difficulty each of the 2 years that it's been here. So it's been played here 2021 and 2020. You'll see some guys have some course history. Other guys have yet to play here in the past. But we do have a pretty good field on tap this week. In terms of the stats that I'm looking at, I do think, off the tee is going to be important. The fairway's here pretty wide and the course is extremely long. There are 3 par 5s that you can attack. There's also a drivable par 4, so you definitely want to be good with the driver. Approach is always going to be important. I think golfers that can avoid bogeys on difficult courses is certainly going to be important. And then the greens themselves, pretty average in size, about 7,000 square feet. They will be, I'll be including some putting splits as well in the model. This week is going to be Bermuda. So yeah, let's just dive right into it. As far as the stats go, pretty big weight for me for off the tee numbers. I'm looking at a combination of strokes gained off the tee and total driving. I was tempted to put distance into the model, and if you are an RG Premium subscriber, you can go ahead and change these weights to your liking. So if you do want to focus more on distance this week, you can bump these percentages up if you would like. But some of the shorter hitters have had some success here. Russell Henley's played well here. We'll get to a couple others throughout the course of this video. Denny McCarthy is a shorter hitter. He's played well here. So I didn't want to, totally rule out the shorter hitter guys. Focus more on off the tee and total driving. Strokes gained approach with a pretty big weight. Recent strokes gained ball striking, green regulation, birdie or better percentage, bogey avoidance. Pretty big weight too. Strokes gained around the green this week because I do think the greens themselves kind of difficult to hit, and then the average scrambling success rate here hasn't been very high over the years. Again, difficult golf course tends to up the importance of strokes gained around the green. Then you have strokes gained putting as well. So we have 2 years of course history to work with. Didn't have it as a big weight in the model this week just because some of the guys haven't played here before and we are dealing with a small sample size. In terms of the whole yardage lengths of this specific course and guys that play well on those whole yardage lengths, we have Scheffler, Finau, Wise, Henley, and Hideki. That's a pretty good top 5. 3 different comps this week. Comp number 1 is going to be strokes gained on long courses, so courses that measure at least 7,400 yards over the last 2 years. Scheffler, Hoffman, Chad Ramey, Emiliano Grillo, and Gary Woodland. So interesting list of names there. Comp number 2 is going to be strokes gained on Bermuda courses that feature Bermuda greens. Sam Burns, no surprise to see him up there. Scheffler, really good numbers on Bermuda. Henley, the same thing. Hideki and Wise. So pretty similar names that we've been seeing over the course of these comps. And then comp number 3 is going to be strokes gained on difficult courses, so courses that play difficult compared to par. You have Henley again. So the guy that won last week is just popping in everything this week. Very few will go back to him, so maybe there's something you can do with that. Hideki, Scheffler, Finau, and Burns kind of round out your top guys in terms of the comps for difficult golf courses. And now, I'm not going to give away everything in the model, but, I'll have the tee times in here. When we get those for round 1, I'll have the ownership projections in here as well. Starting next year, we'll have player notes for almost every golfer in the field, so if you want to check that out, you certainly can. And then let's just quickly take a look at who's popping in the model. Again, I'll probably change some stuff throughout the course of the week as we hear more about the course, as we hear more about the weather. Maybe if it's more windy, I'll focus more on ball striking around the green, whatever it may be. But yeah, let's take a look. So number 1 in the model, Scottie Scheffler. He's well above everyone else, which is surprising. I mean, he has been struggling a bit recently. A couple top 5s though in his last couple starts. I believe this one was at the Tour Championship, I want to say. But it's recently just been the putter. If you look at his numbers last week from Mayakoba, don't have any strokes gained data to work with, but he had fewer than 30 putts in all 4 of his rounds. So perhaps he has found something. He's talked about being a lot more confident on the greens over his last couple starts. Then you have Finau, Burns, Wise, Henley, all kind of rating out well. Let's get to some values, and then we will get out of here. So Dean Burmeister, been playing really well. Most of his good finishes the last couple years have been over in Europe, but hey, he's finally playing on the PGA Tour. You like to see it. Really good off the tee, so I do think the course should fit him pretty nicely. Small sample, but very good Bermuda putter as well. You have Hubbard up there, Brendan Steele, ball striker, Yeager, who his game is something. I mean, he's pretty good with his irons, very good around the green, and then pretty good putter on Bermuda. So can be very wild off the tee. He's improved it a little bit, as you can see if you look at the different time frames. Over the last 12 months, not very good off the tee, but if you get closer and closer, he's been improving at least a little bit. He has been working on some swing speed stuff, so might be a guy to keep an eye on this week. Alex Smalley is a guy I always like to play. Good ball striker, pretty good putter on Bermuda as well. Killer Keith Mitchell, probably the best in the field off the tee, at least one of them. I mean, look at these numbers: second, first. Pretty good. And for the longest time, he's been very good on Bermuda. He has been in mediocre form at best, but I do like that price point. Let's check out FanDuel while we're here, and then we will let you get on your way. So Scheffler rating out as the best point per dollar option in the model. You don't see that very often. So with the softer pricing over there, I do think Scheffler's going to be a priority. Yeager's up there, Finau's up there. Sebastian Munoz, a little bit better play on FanDuel than he is on DraftKings. Burmeister rates out pretty well on both sides. A guy like Robbie Shelton, negative value on DraftKings, positive value on FanDuel, so that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, so I'm going to get out of here. I want to wish everyone the best of luck. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to hit up RG Premium, we would love to have you. And good luck this week.